is all up in your Kool-Aid, but don't know the flavor? Pick a card. Here are your piles. We'll see you in your reading. Hi, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading. Let's find out who is all up in your Kool-Aid, but don't know the flavor. You have this person represented by red flag reversed. This is the type of person that is a red flag, but they're in denial about it. They're all up in your Kool-Aid because they're interested in getting to know you and dating you. But yet they were in all this hot and cold energy because they wanted to play mind games with you. But they didn't know the flavor because you ended up cutting ties with them and you ended up getting into a new partnership. You have this person represented by rebound reversed. This is the type of person that no longer wants to treat you like a rebound, but they did initially. They're all up in your Kool-Aid now because they're in their feelings because you most likely cut ties with them. They didn't know the flavor because they didn't know they were going to be emotionally imbalanced after you exited stage left. And they wanted to invest in you for the long haul, so they're in regret. You have this person represented by spilling the beans. This is the type of person that has proven to be untrustworthy. They're all up in your Kool-Aid because they see you got a lucky break. You got a lot of positive things happening in your life, Pile 1. They didn't know the flavor because they didn't realize that you would cut ties with them so that you could explore better options. And you're focused on being in harmony and balance in all areas of your life. You have this person represented by cuffing season. This is the type of person that now wants to cuff you but didn't want to cuff you in the past. They're all up in your Kool-Aid because they're just nosy. They want to get more information on what you got going on. They didn't know the flavor because now they're emotionally imbalanced because they have to deal with the consequences of them being sneaky and doing stuff behind your back because you cut ties with them. You have this person represented by sipping. This is the type of person that likes to spread rumors about you and gossip. They're all up in your Kool-Aid because they wanted to steal your opportunities of better partnerships. They didn't know the flavor because they didn't realize they were going to be emotionally imbalanced because you cut ties with them. And they realized you were their soul tribe. You have this person represented by fed up. This is the type of person that's extremely frustrated because you cut ties with them and you're standing 10 toes down and you won't go back to them. They're all up in your Kool-Aid because they had hidden intentions behind why they were connected to you. And they didn't know the flavor because they didn't realize you were going to cut ties with them. And they didn't know the flavor because you're the key player. So they need you in their life, but you don't need them. Spirit, can you give me some messages in the coffee reading? All of this solid grounds all in one spot represents you, Pile 1. You because you are focused on trying to create some level of stability in your life and working towards your goals and making progress. When you look here at the bottom, I'm seeing something that kind of looks like an arrow. It's someone who's headed in your direction, which means they're looking at you as a target. You see that right there? That's another that kind of looks like an arrow, but it's headed towards you. While you're focused on working on your goals in life, you've got people looking at you as a target, coming from different directions to stop you from building what you're trying to build for yourself. So Spirit is telling me that despite these people looking at you as a target to delay you from building whatever it is that you're trying to build for yourself, build your peace, build your stability, continue to pivot so that you can continue to build. Those are the messages I have for you, Pile 1. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded. Plus comment if any of these messages resonated. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. Let's find out who is all up in your Kool-Aid but don't know the flavor. You have this person represented by skirt. This is the type of person you had to escape from due to their bad behavior. They were all up in your Kool-Aid because they saw how balanced you were. They didn't know the flavor because they didn't realize that you would cut out anything that was toxic in your life, and that included them. And they didn't realize that you would learn your lessons from their toxic behavior. You have this person represented by Sneaky Link. This is the type of person that does shady things behind your back. They were all up in your Kool-Aid because they're selfish and greedy. They want you as an option and they want everybody else as an option. They didn't know the flavor because they didn't know you were going to graduate and learn your lessons from being in toxic partnerships. And because you left them behind, they're gossiping and still spreading rumors about you. You have this person represented by Extra. This is the type of person that's extremely dramatic because they like a lot of attention. They was all up in your Kool-Aid because they were players, so they need to be all up in everybody's face. They didn't know the flavor because they didn't realize you were going to ghost them, and then they were going to be emotionally imbalanced due to you ghosting them. You have this person represented by love bombing. This is the type of person that treated you poorly and then you had to leave them behind, and then now they have to come back in to love bomb you. They was all up in your Kool-Aid because they wanted to use you for your good vibes. But they didn't know the flavor because they didn't realize you were going to repossess your power back from them and turn around and lift off and focus on yourself and your own goals in life. You have this person represented by Super Size Me. This is the type of person that's extremely excessive and overindulgent. They were all up in your Kool-Aid because they wanted a relationship with you. But they didn't know the flavor because they were frustrated because you weren't taking any action to pursue them. And they proved to be someone who was untrustworthy, so you most likely cut ties with them. You have this person represented by Tiptoeing. This is the type of person that's shady and does sneaky things behind your back. They were all up in your Kool-Aid because you were too busy to give them time. You were too focused on your own goals. And they didn't know the flavor because their irrational behavior turned you off, so you just cut ties with them. And you're focused on investing in yourself for the long haul. Spirit, can you give me some messages for pile 2 in the coffee reading? You're represented by this solid grounding ring at the bottom of the cup. If you notice here, there's this circle in the center with a whole bunch of different little chaotic grounds in the center. Those represent people that are causing chaos in your life. And then even around the sides of the cup, you can see that there's a lot of chaos that surrounds you. There's like a gap right there. There's a gap, and that opening symbolizes people. They can get past your boundaries. That's how they're able to sprinkle into your environment and cause the chaos that they're causing. So Spirit is saying, stay on your grind towards creating the peace that you're looking for in your life, but making sure your boundaries are strong enough that no one can penetrate it. Those are the messages I have for you, pile 2. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded, plus comment if any of these messages resonated. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Hi, pile 3, welcome to your reading. Let's find out who is all up in your Kool-Aid but don't know the flavor. You have this person represented by Recalling. This is the type of person that's having positive memories of you, but you cut ties with them due to their bad behavior. They're all up in your Kool-Aid because they see you're balanced and happy. And they didn't know the flavor because they realized that they were really dramatic and they're emotionally imbalanced. So they didn't know they were going to have this outcome due to you cutting ties with them. You have this person represented by Frenemy. This is the type of person who's two-faced. They have hidden intentions to plot and scheme on you. They were all up in your Kool-Aid because they were digging for dirt so that they could find that evidence and then throw it in your face and laugh at you. They didn't know the flavor because they had this realization about you that you were actually part of their soul tribe, but they weren't that to you. You have this person represented by Swept Up. This is the type of person who's emotionally imbalanced. They were all up in your Kool-Aid because they could see you were the key player, but they wouldn't tell you that directly. They didn't know the flavor because they didn't know you would explore other options to align with the right people because you were spiritually woke. You You have this person represented by turn. This is the type of person who's focused on the wrong things. They were all up in your Kool-Aid because they see that you were investing into yourself. They didn't know the flavor because they didn't realize that their hot and cold behavior towards you was going to end up forcing you to make a decision to cut ties with them so that you could find better people to align with. You have this person represented by TikTok. This is the type of person who procrastinated to invest in you. They were all up in your Kool-Aid because they realized that you were a ride or die. But they didn't know the flavor because they didn't realize that after you cut ties with them, that they were going to be obsessed with you. And so now they're always trying to get more information on where you are. You have this person represented by Felicia, reverse. This is the type of person that didn't want you to cut ties with them. They were all up in your Kool-Aid because due to their bad behavior, you cut ties with them and they want to find out what you were doing after that. They didn't know the flavor because you had all these good vibes when you were in a relationship with them, and you still have the good vibes now. And they're fed up and frustrated because they can't get back into your life. Spirit, can you give me some messages for pile 3 with the coffee reading? So I'm looking here and you're doing a really good job building the stability, building the peace that you're looking for, because I can see all the coffee grinds in one area represent you, pile 3. What I am noticing are there's a little circle here, this small tiny little circle here. And then you can see another tiny circle right here. Those 2 circles represent enemies. They have some sort of access to you. So what I'm seeing, the Spirit is telling me, is you got 2 enemies in your camp. The positive thing is that they're very tiny. So the fact that they're tiny little circles indicates to me that you're phasing these enemies out of your life. The message from Spirit is continue to create the life you want for yourself and continue to phase out the people that don't serve you. Those are the messages I have for you, pile 3. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded. Plus comment if any of these messages resonated. I hope you enjoyed your reading.